Hello and welcome back to my editing series. Today we are going to be covering animation and callouts. So if you're going to want to make people notice stuff easier, it can really help you point out stuff instead of them having to find it. Like say you saw a lion in a video and you could barely see it to the normal eye, you're going to want something to follow the lion to show people, hey, there's a lion there. So that's what callouts can do. It doesn't have to though. It can also just be text on a screen and it can move. With animating, you can make just a simple image run across the screen really fast. And that's just really cool in my opinion. It's worth it. So basically to start this off, what you're going to want to do is take this, move this down here. I'm sorry. You're going to want to add a callout. I'm here, we're going to make it say. And you can also go over here to the side and you can shrink objects. Even this, the background right here, you could shrink it. So I'm going to shrink it. There we go. So you could do that with anything. And you can also move things if you click on it. And then you click the little hand tool, you can move the camera. And that way you're able to see everything that you're doing. You can also move the object just by selecting it and moving it. And with with things that are on top, you'll notice you can't click the background the background behind stuff. You have to actually move this. But what you can do instead is go below the item down here and move it up. So once you get that figured out, you can also take the callout and you could animate it. So we're going to do that right now. But first I want to go over some things that you could do with your callouts. Like effects, you can make it drop a shadow. Like you could see here, if I remove the shadow, see how different that is? It adds a cool effect, like depending on the kind of video you're making. People seem to really notice the shadow, especially if it's not there. So you can flip this, you can make it horizontal, you can make it vertical, whatever. You could, whatever you want to do, really. I mean, it's your video. Do what you want with it. So, you can also make this fade in and out. I'm not gonna make it fade out or in, personally, but you can mess with this. I really suggest that you mess with all the things that you can do, not the settings or anything, but just what you could do with editing. I mean, it just, yeah, it's really cool. So basically, go to visual properties now. Really quick, I know I keep going back to this, but you can also select different callouts by scrolling around. And this is really useful. Just, yeah, it's really useful. Like if you just want text, let me see. Right here, just the T right here. This will just be text. It's like the subtitles. Yeah. So go to visual properties. I know this is probably the part you've been waiting for the most. And go to add animation. Alright, and you're going to want to move forward in the video, play it, and then pause it. You're going to want to select this point, hit add animation, and then you're going to want to move this to where you want to be. So I'm going to move mine up there. So now you'll notice, see how it animated it? So what we're going to do is we're going to make this dinosaur start over here and then move ahead of it. So we're going to go to visual properties, add animation, and you're going to want to move all the way to where you want. You could even move it ahead, it doesn't matter. You could even make it arrive there early. And I'm going to do that actually. Let's see. Select this, move that over there. Alright. So now you're going to want to put this right there. But you got to make sure this is yellow. If this isn't yellow, you don't have it selected and it's not going to animate. So make sure it's selected. So as you could see, it arrives there early and kind of pokes the dinosaur. So, another thing is you can make it fade. Like right here, you can make it fade out as it moves. Ooh, goes like that. You could also make this shrink or increase in size. So if we start off in the beginning and we shrink it all the way down, there it is. So that's how you animate. There's also different other things that you can make it do, like right here you can make it turn, twist, bend, however you want. Kind of useful like if you're wanting to be an actual animator, I guess. It'll be really weird though, not gonna lie. So you could also colorize it. I find this to be quite cool, so I'm gonna make it red. That's kind of weird right there. Amount. It's kind of cool, and this is also how you can make it just flash colors in your video. You could, like I said earlier, you could remove a color, you could add a border to it. There you go. Make that green so it's more noticeable. I would never use a border, but you know, I mean, people have different preferences. So now if you play the video, there you go. That's the video. There you go. That's animating and callouts.